Hello, everybody. Keith Mitchell here from Outerhaven. Hopefully, you're all having a great 2021. Like myself, I'm still carrying some baggage from the last year over, but I'm trying to get rid of that, trying to get that off my shoulder. But we'll see what happens with all of that. Again, hopefully, you all are having a great time. So, as part of the video push from the Outerhaven production, as I mentioned last year and the beginning of this year, we're going to be doing more video here on YouTube, also on Facebook, and various other places. And today it's just a small bite of what you can expect. Basically, some news, some opinions, some reaction to things like that. But today we'll take it slow. We'll talk about the things that have been happening in my life. And we'll also start the list of the top anticipated games of 2021. Obviously, those are going to be breaking down to smaller videos. So that way we can dedicate some time getting up and personal with those games. So let's start with the biggest thing that happened to me this past couple of days, which is I was able to get a hold of an RTX 3090. Yeah, I know. Those things are like mythical beasts. They're like unicorns. They simply do not exist. However, I was down at the local micro center, and I shouldn't say local because it's a good 30 miles away, but I was at micro center. I had to pick up a power supply to work on a new machine I'm working on, and I got in line. And as I was in line, there was a guy up front going, "Hey, we don't have any more 3080s. So if you're here for that, get out of line." And I see a crap ton of people just going and walking out to the car. So I was like, I don't care. I'm not here for that. I'm here for a power supply so I can get in and get the hell out. But then the guy was like, but we got like 20 3090s. And I'm like, wait, you got 3090s? I was like, can I please get one, please? And then he gave it to me. And I'm like, one of two things is going to happen here. I'm going to get this card and my wife's going to kill me, or I'm going to call my wife and tell her about this card and she's going to kill me. But it didn't work out that way. I called her. I was like, hey, I'm in line for this card. And she knew I've been trying to get this card since they first announced it. Like every day I was checking Google, for eBay, for Amazon, for Newegg, everybody. I was checking everybody. So she knew. And to my surprise, she was like, you know what? This is what you want. Get it. Enjoy yourself. I was very surprised about that. So got in the store, I got in the line, got my card. Obviously, I picked up an EVGA. All my video cards, if you haven't noticed, are from EVGA. I like their customer support. I like the quality. I've never had a problem. Actually, I did have a problem once upon a time ago, many, many moons ago, with a 1080, and they replaced it for me. No problems, no questions asked. They swapped it out. So I love EVGA. I will always buy their stuff. Of course, I wasn't expecting to spend like $1,900 on a video card. That was like sticker shock from hell. I mean, I bought a house, I bought a car, I bought a big TV, but it's like, wow. This is $1,900. Yeah, I don't know about that. But again, the wife came through. She's like, that's cool. You work hard. Go ahead and get it. So I got it. It's in this machine. It's awesome. It takes any game I throw at it and just spits it out. Loving the card. Glad I have it. Still not over the sticker shock. I did make up some of the money by selling one of my RTX 2080 Supers. So one of those cards back there is going bye-bye to somebody who bought it on eBay. Hopefully they don't try and screw me over like the dude who tried to screw me over on my Xbox One Cyberpunk edition. That guy very pissed me off. So there's that. I finally got it. I'm very happy about that. And as I talked about, we're going to start talking about more gaming news. We won't do it daily, obviously, because that's just too much. We do that over at Outerhaven, so you'll have to go to the site to check that out. For things like anticipated games or reactions or things like that, we'll be still doing the video formats. Obviously, we'll still be covering events and things like that. So from there, I want to take it from one of the games that I'm actually looking forward to this year, and that is Resident Evil Village, or as some people call it, Resident Evil 8. Now, there isn't a lot of information regarding that game, so let's talk about why exactly I'm looking forward to it. Now, I'm 44 years old. I grew up with the original Resident Evil games. So 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, 4. Wasn't a big fan of 5. 6 and 6 can jump in the lake. I don't care. Die in a fire. I don't care about 6. 7, I own it on the Xbox and PC, and I've yet to play it just because, now hear me out, because I've been waiting for a time to literally just sit down there and do nothing, play the game, and form my own opinions. I've talked to people who weren't big fans of the game, but at the same time, I talked to people who love the game. I'm torn because, again, I played all the Resident Evils, including the Revolutions, which I enjoyed, and I'm not sold on the change of the perspective of the view. I'm used to being a third-person view versus the first-person view. But when I did play the Resident Evil 7 demo, I kind of enjoyed it, so I think I'll enjoy that as well. And obviously, 7 has the 2 DLCs, so my plan is wait before Resident Evil 8 gets a release date and just marathon all of 7. I'll probably stream it, I'll probably record it, I'll probably take it down to take the PC downstairs and play it on the home theater setup. I'm not really sure, but I definitely will be playing 7. Trust me, that is not going to slip away. It's on my radar. between between Demon Souls on PlayStation 5 and Spider-Man Miles Morales on PlayStation 5 and getting back into Bloodborne. Holy crap. I love that game. That was one of the first PlayStation games I've platinumed ever. Back in 2016. I recently started playing that game again because I started seeing a lot of people on Twitter going, I'm going to play Bloodborne. And I was like, well, okay, I'm going to play it too. And then one of my friends started playing it, and I was like, all right, now I definitely have to play it. So I'm enjoying myself playing that. But getting back to Resident Evil, talk about Village, talk about 8. Is it really 8, or is it just Capcom is not saying that it's 8? They're saying it's Village. You know, I don't know if I can trust them on that, or they'll come back later and say, oh, hey, by the way, it is now Resident Evil 8 Village. Who knows? We don't know. We'll find out eventually. But what do we know about that? Well, we do know that there's 3 returning characters. We have Ethan, who was the protagonist of 7, Mia, which is his wife, I believe. I haven't played it. And Chris Redfield, who is a long time mainstay of the Resident Evil series. Now, we've all seen, I think we've all seen, right? We've all seen the trailer for 8, and we've seen like werewolves, which is cool. We're getting werewolves in Resident Evil. That is another reason why I love it. You can take those sissy vampires and shove them up your whatever, but vampires? I don't like them. Sorry, I'm just not a big fan of them. But when we talk about werewolves, I love them werewolves. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just like werewolves over vampires. Maybe because I've seen too many sissy vampire movies. I don't know. No offense if you like those movies. I don't. It looks like they're kicking up the survivor horror a little higher. 7 wasn't super scary, and a lot of the Resident Evils really toned down the horror, which is why I really enjoy getting back into Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remakes. Those were fantastic games. If you have not played those games yet, definitely go back and play those games. They're amazing games. To be honest with you, I'm just riding that hype right now because there really isn't much that we know about 8. Getting back to this. So Chris is coming back, right? And we don't know as to what capacity that he's in the game. It seems like he's the bad guy for once. We don't know what's going on. He also has that really weird blocky look. He looks like he's been working out and taking steroids and something went wrong. I'm not sure. What's up, Chris? But what they're getting to, what they're trying to insinuate here is that a story is going to end for one of these characters, and they're showing Ethan talking to Chris. And I was like, well, 7 was Ethan's story because Resident Evil 7 saving his wife, and Chris made an appearance in a DLC. But again, Chris has been in Resident Evil like forever. So if they're going to end somebody's story, you would think it would be Chris, right? But at the same time, if you ask people who would you rather kill off, would it be Chris or would it be Ethan? Most people are going to tell you they want to kill Ethan off because Chris is Chris. Chris is Chris. Nobody wants to get rid of Chris. They want Chris and Claire and Leon to live forever. And obviously, because the gaming series, they typically can do that, but you also got big rewards, big payoffs if you kill off a major character and do a successful job with replacing them with a likable, or maybe not a likable character, but somebody to replace them. So Capcom's got a huge task here, a huge ask, I should say, when it comes to Resident Evil Village. Don't know much about that. We could talk about speculation on what platform is coming on, but we already know Xbox Series X, I think also Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, and of course PC. For me, if you had asked me what platform I was getting on, I would probably said PC in the beginning, but because owning both the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and getting a sample, getting a full understanding, a benefit, or appreciation of what these consoles can do, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm enjoying both these consoles, and I have a really beefy PC that don't want to see it run rings around those consoles because that's not a fair assessment. You're talking about a closed architecture versus one that is and I don't want to be disrespectful to PC gamers because I'm a PC gamer, but a hodgepodge of parts and processes and software. Consoles are self-contained. They could probably get more performance out of it. We don't know. Obviously, I'm not here to advocate for brand loyalty. If you've seen my content in the past, you watched my videos in the past, you know I don't like flame wars. I don't like those at all. So if you're saying, Keith is starting a flame war, no, I'm not. Don't start that crap. Don't do it. All right, getting back to Resident Evil. I did mention PlayStation 4 and Xbox One because Capcom originally didn't confirm those games, or didn't confirm Resident Evil 8 for those platforms. They were saying they were having problems getting it running. Now, when we saw Resident Evil 8 or Village running on the PlayStation 5 once upon a time ago, it was a stuttery mess. And a lot of people were like, hey, maybe the PlayStation 5 can't handle it. Don't think that's the case anymore. But if that is the case, what are we going to expect from these older consoles? I mean, I love my PlayStation 4. I love my Xbox One. I think they were phenomenal consoles in their time, but their time is over. And this is not a slap in the face. This is not disrespecting anybody who still owns an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4. I know how hard those things are to come by. I know not everybody can just drop a $400 or $500 on a console. Believe me, I'm not well off. I'm just incredibly lucky. I save my pennies and I play the game. I'm not going to tell you what the game is, but I play the game. So I understand where you're coming from. And there has to be a time where every gaming developer comes out and goes, okay, look, our stuff's not going to run well on the old consoles. We need to cut our losses and move on to the new stuff. Or we make an inferior game and we piss off the people who own the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and we piss off the people who own the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, because we're splitting our resources in half. Obviously, if there's a big company like somebody like Square Enix, I would say Capcom, but I don't think they're really that big anymore. Let's just leave it at Square Enix. They have the resources, they have the manpower to split their teams in half, and if they wanted to, they could easily work on a version for the PlayStation 5, version for the Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, and PC, and not have any issues because they have those resources. Not everybody's in that same position, but that's neither here nor there. Again, if you're like Keith, do you want to see this game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4? No, I don't. And I just don't. I want to be able to sit down, play this game in the dark with the game looking as good as it can be. 60 frames per second, 100, what was it? 1880p or 4K, or on PC 1440, because that's the best resolution on PC. Come fight me. I'm right here. I said it. I'll say it again. But yeah, if you're asking me why I'm hyped for this game, it's just so many things. And again, I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil series outside of 5 and 6. I really want to see what Capcom does with this. And the fact that they're teasing somebody's either going to end their story by dying or going away for a long time, we don't know. Capcom is riding that hook right there. They're like, here you go. Stay there. We got you. You're going to want to see what happens. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil Village. And I'm going to say it again, Resident Evil Village. So yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about that. Are you looking forward to the game as well? I mean, there are so many games on my anticipated list, and I think I spent like a good 6-7 minutes just talking about that game, which is why I'm going to take these videos and break them apart. So there's about 20 games I'm looking forward to in 2021, and I'll record these videos like every other day or every 2 days. Not exactly sure, but when they go up, you'll know because you're subscribed to the channel. You are subscribed, right? You did like, you are commenting, and you are hitting that notification bell, right? I mean, you have to, right? You have to do it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when new content from the Outerhaven is released. You want to see my charming face, know what I'm talking about, as well as the other people at the Outerhaven Productions. We're big gamers, we're geeks, we're anime lovers, we're manga lovers, we're film and TV lovers. We are just like you. You want to talk to us, and we want to engage with you. So, show us some love, and we'll show you love back. As always, thanks for watching. There goes my voice. It's going away. Thank you for watching, and come back for more footage, more gameplay, more awesome stuff from the Outerhaven here on YouTube later.